Oftentimes we have a lot of stereotypes about social workers that aren't really true. And so I think social workers is such an amazing field because it does it gives the opportunity to help people, but in so many different ways. And so, we can work in the healthcare profession, we can work as a therapist, we can work in schools, in criminal justice. Like, we have the ability to help and to impact people on so many different levels. And it's a profession where not only are social workers asked to help the individual, but we're also asked to understand the environment and look for ways that we can help the environment kind of change to make it more helpful, more appropriate for the people that are living in that environment. And that's a cool part of social work that a lot of times people don't know, that we understand people as a product of their environment. And that environment could be their family, it's their community, it's their neighborhood, it's their culture. It's a lot of different things that go into making a person who they are. My first is I teach our Introduction to Social Work class. I love just introducing a lot of the concepts, a lot of what we do as social workers to incoming students. I think that's such a great thing. I get really excited about it and hope that some of that kind of passes along to the students and getting them kind of thinking about different areas of social work that we can impact through and different things that you can do in the field. So that's one of my favorites. My second is, on the other end, I teach in the social work program, we do a lot of practice classes, so where you're learning the skills that you need to practice in the field. And we do a practice with families. So you're learning about how you do intervention with families, but the coolest part of it is that at the end of that semester, so we teach that in the spring, our students then, we work with criminal justice in the nursing program in their simulation lab, and we get about as real life as you can get without going into the field, where they get a chance to practice their skills in the simulation lab here. I'm always inspired by our students. I'm amazed. I'm just inspired by their desire to help in some ways, in ways ways that I never had thought about when I was their age. And with coming in with a true heart to serve, which so many of our students have, and that understanding that that's part of what God calls us to do. We have a lot of, I talk to students all the time who are I want to work with this NGO and help, support, people who are really struggling, and whether it be, in the United States or abroad. I want to do international social work. I want to work on a team that really helps support the most vulnerable people in our communities. That inspires me because, again, I don't think I really looked at it that way, but I have so many students who do, that their goal is more than just, I'm looking for a job. It's how do I be the hands and feet of God through my job, through my employment. There's a couple of things that I'm focused on. So on campus, I'm actually the director of our academic summer camp program. So we invite students on campus every summer, high school students, to see a little bit more about what college is like. So I put a lot of time and effort into that. In terms of research, I work with an organization called World Hope, and we do some work. I've been supporting them on doing some research on online sexual exploitation of children, and so we've actually done some research. We've just published a journal article about that back in the spring. So it's an organization that, they look for faculty members in colleges to help kind of support the work that they're doing on the ground by providing the evidence base as to what they're doing is effective.